All right, I'm coming at you with a bit of a chaotic energy. Today is a lot of things. Today is my birthday, and today is the day the Supreme Court officially overturned Roe v. Wade, which has been now a couple months coming, I guess, but still feels incredibly jarring and stressful. Pretty much every moment I've spent on my computer on the internet has just been scrolling through a lot of news articles that are saying pretty much the same things, and I'd like to not be doing that anymore. And so, you know what? I figured today was the perfect day for a 24-hour reading vlog. And then I can deal with the impending doom of the country in which I live tomorrow. So, let's talk about books. Oh, I feel very chaotic. Okay. So June is a month where something called the Whateverthon is hosted by Maddie on the YouTube channel Book Browsing Blog. And the TLDR of this readathon is it takes place during the entire month of June. It's kind of pride themed, but it's also just kind of reading whatever you want, and you get points based on certain prompts that you can fulfill, and you just get points by reading in general. And I have been participating, but I figured I would take this day to try to tailor what I read to fulfill the prompts as well as possible. There's kind of like a bingo board, so I figured we could go through the bingo board and see together what exactly is the best bet for what to read. I've already gotten 2 bingos, but I figure maybe I'll go through and see how many more I can get and try to read as much as possible today so I don't have to, be stressed all day. I think I might also go out and do something, get some food, hang out with my dog, go to a bookstore, just do things that make me happy. For now, let's figure out what exactly it is I'm gonna read. So here we have the bingo board. The way Whateverthon works is you can basically read whatever you want, but there's a bingo board and there's 4 different teams, and these orange prompts are different for each team. So I ended up choosing to be on Sunset Scholars, and looking at this bingo board now, basically there's some that I know I'm not gonna do. Specifically, I've looked at the host of my team, the different hosts of Sunset Scholars. I'm just not that interested in them, and so I know I'm not gonna do that. I don't go on social media, so no to the poll. I think the sprints are all over now, and I get distracted when I'm on sprints, and I end up just dicking around and then getting freaked out when I hear a voice randomly when the sprint part is over. And so I think that that's not gonna happen. And dragons tend to be in books that are a bit longer, and this is a 24-hour reading vlog, so I think we're just gonna ignore that for now. So those are the 4 that I think I'm just gonna pretend don't exist and see what I can do and get beyond that. Besides that, these are the ones that I have already done from previous books that I've read this month. And so I've already gotten 2 bingos. You can use 3 prompts for each book you read, so I'm hoping to maybe be able to knock out 5 or 6 prompts with 2 or 3 books. Specifically, I think the ones that I know I definitely can do is Cozy Reading Time, some blank color on the cover. I can do a color picker and see if I can end up with something good. Last Letter to First Letter, I think I can figure out, and a 2021 release. And if I do all those, then I should try to get a book about books as well. Yeah, okay, I think that those are good things to go for, and then I'll end up with 2 additional bingos, which will be pretty good. Okay, so based on this bingo board, the things that I really need to be looking for are I have to randomly generate a color to figure out what book I have to read based on that color. And then I need a book about books. Things to keep in mind, the last book I read was Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. And so if I could find a book that starts with S, that would fulfill that. So with that in mind, let's go here where I have this website. I think is a pretty good random color generator. It'll just pop up a color on the screen, and then based on that, I will try to select a book. Okay. That is interesting. You know what? That is pretty close to the pink of these lemons, honestly, which is not bad. Let me do a little bit of digging into books about books and see what I can come up with and get back to you. I think I found the perfect book to use for the book about books prompt, because it also fills a lot of other ones, but let's just chat really quickly, because I gotta do some math. In fact, I'm not that good at mental math, but I like being able to write things out. So let's just see. So there's 24 hours in a day, and I need like my 9 hours of sleep. And since it's my birthday, I'm going out to dinner with my mom, and I think I might try to go to a bookstore just to take my dog out somewhere because the bookstore is dog friendly. And so all that added up, I think that I can reliably have about 10 to 11 hours in the next 24-hour period to read. I would say that I read about 1 page per minute on average. And so that leaves me with somewhere between 600 and 660 pages that I'll be able to read over the course of today. So the book that I think that is really perfect that I need to read today is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, because it's a 2021 release. It's a book about books, and the first letter is S, which matches the last letter first letter, since the last book I read was Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. Because it fits so many prompts, I think I definitely should prioritize reading it. That one is 336 pages. So that leaves me with potentially 260 to 300 pages of wiggle room. I want to still try to satisfy the pink color on the cover. Let's see how long Goodbye Vitamin is. So Goodbye Vitamin is 194 pages, which actually is pretty doable. So I think my TBR for today is looking like it's gonna be Goodbye Vitamin and 7 Days in June. And that will fulfill all the 5 prompts that I'm looking at, actually, which is pretty clutch. I'm going to start with 7 Days in June to fulfill the last letter to first letter prompt. And it's a 2021 release, and it's a book about books. Then I can go into Goodbye Vitamin, which has this like pink color on the cover, and it's cozy reading time. I guess now, time to start reading. Let's do a quick outfit check, because I bought these shorts on Depop, and I'm actually obsessed with them. I think they fit me pretty well, and look, they've got like these really pretty embroidered flowers and this like cute little ribbon. So yeah, pretty big fan. Okay, I can only put off reading for so long. Here we go. Alright, first update comes to you from the car. I did go to the bookstore, and I have a little bit of footage from there, but it is so incredibly awkward to film where other people can see you. I just don't like it at all. So I filmed a tiny bit, but I figured I'd just come home, and I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. So now I'm getting hot chocolate and hash browns, because I don't drink coffee, but I love Dunkin' Donuts hot chocolate. I'm just waiting in the drive-thru line. Looking forward to getting that. Oh, I feel so awkward about filming in public. That's a work in progress for me. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Come on. Oh my god. I don't know why, but I feel incredibly awkward about... Oh, thank you for letting me go. Filming in public, and so I think it's just going to be a work in progress to get there, but for now I'm looking forward to drinking my hot chocolate and eating my hash browns and reading in the peace and quiet and privacy of my own home. Okay, I'm taking a quick break from reading 7 Days in June to finish my hot chocolate and update you on how it's going. It's going well, in a word. I'm about a third of the way done, and it is not at all what I expected it to be. I knew that a lot of the plot was romance-focused, but I also knew that it was a bit literary, but I wasn't expecting how well the two function together. It has a lot of the like tropes and markings of romance, but it's absolutely literary fiction. I like these like genre-bending, morphing books because it draws attention to the fact that it's so absurd to act like one book is better than another, or act like just because something has romance in it, it can't also have very meaningful conversations. I don't have much of an update besides that I'm really enjoying it, and I like that it's a little bit genre bendy. Pretty cool. Okay, so it's 10:15 right now, which means I'm like 9 hours into this 24-hour reading vlog, and I've gone to the bookstore, I went to dinner with my mom, I went for a walk, and I read almost the entirety of 7 Days in June. I'm not quite yet done, but I'm gonna be done soon, and I'm just coming here because I have a tendency to finish books that are really hitting me a little bit too fast, and then I feel like I haven't spent enough time in the world. So I'm here to slow down a little bit, but this book is destroying me. Like, it's really good. It's honestly just about two people with immense amounts of trauma and pain trying to make the world better for people who they see themselves in, and also trying to be better to themselves. And it's just very beautiful and lovely and sad. And there's like 30 pages left, and I don't know how it's gonna end, and I'm afraid it's gonna be sad, and I'm just not gonna be able to handle it. But that is my update for you. I guess I'll come back after I finish the book, but wow, this is such an incredible book. I finished 7 Days in June, and it was really, really good. And I am honestly shocked because I'd heard of this book maybe like once or twice from some other like YouTubers that I watch, but I hadn't really heard that much about it. I was very moved by it, and it honestly makes me happy that I decided to do this at all, because if I wasn't trying to do a 24-hour like reading vlog, I probably wouldn't have read anything today, let alone probably a 5-star book, which is very exciting. Also, if we think about the bingo board, which I'll put up here, I think that this gives me 3 prompts that I didn't have before, which is 2021 release, last letter to first letter, and a book about books. Which means that all I need is like a cozy read and then a book with that pink on the cover in order to fulfill all the prompts that I wanted to. The thing is, I feel quite emotionally tired from reading this book in like a good way, but I'm not quite ready to leave that world and enter a new book. And so I think in theory this is the best bet for what to read next, because it's got that pink on the cover, and it's the shortest book I have that has that color, but I don't feel like entering a new book right now. And so I think that that's reading done for today. And then I'll take a break, I'll go to sleep, and then tomorrow morning I'll start Goodbye Vitamin and do my like cozy reading time with this. And even if I don't finish it, I can still cross off the cozy reading time prompt and then ideally finish this as the month progresses. like 10:15 on Saturday, which means I have about 3 hours left in my little 24-hour reading vlog. And I woke up this morning and I realized that one of the people running the Whateverthon Readathon was doing a sprint today. And so I was like, hey, I could join that sprint. I got some stuff I want to do, some books I want to read. Why not join it and participate? And so that's what I'm doing, which is pretty cool. Pretty good timing if I do say so myself. I think my main goal is I'm gonna read Goodbye Vitamin and have it be like cozy reading time, which I think will just mean that I'm gonna drink some tea and sit at my desk. But then also, I'm kind of in the middle of a little writing project, and so I think I might, get some work done, do a little bit of that in the sprints. I've never really found the sprints to be that helpful productivity-wise, so I'm curious to see how this one goes, but I guess now's as good a time as any to read a little bit and hang out on the internet a little bit.
Now I'm changing what I was going to get. Sorry, everyone's gone out. I say everyone. Jake's gone out with his mate. And now we're going to get lunch out.
The past 24 hours. I'm thinking let's go good to bad. Read 7 Days in June, which I really loved. Fulfilled 5 of the bingo board prompts for the Whateverthon Readathon, and had a birthday where I got to spend some time alone after a week with a lot of people and right before a week with a lot of people time, which is a good balance for me. Got to use these just beautifully aesthetic, transparent sticky notes to annotate a book, which I'm very excited about because I get to become a person who annotates my books without having to actually write in my books. The bad side of things has got to be the slow dismantling of my bodily rights as a woman. Donate to your Planned Parenthoods if you're stressed, because I don't know what else I'm supposed to do at this point. Let's talk about books. I read 7 Days in June. It follows Ava and Shane, these two people in their 30s who are very successful authors in different genres. They also happened to be friends and lovers in a relationship when they were 17 for 7 days. And so it follows 7 Days in June when they were 17, and then at the same time 7 Days in June when they're 32 and meeting again for the first time since they separated from each other's lives those 15 years ago. Like I've mentioned before, I love that this book is unequivocally a romance novel while also still being literary fiction. There's a lot of elitism and sexism that goes into those distinctions, and it's all kind of empty. Besides that, I read the first 40 or 50 pages of Goodbye Vitamin, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it was because I'm annotating it. Once I finish it, I'll have the prompt on the bingo board for this pink color on the cover that I randomly generated. But even without that, I think I have managed to hit 5 new bingo prompts and get 2 new bingos because I surprisingly joined sprints. I read a 2021 release, I read a book about books, and I read a last letter to first letter transition, and I had a little cozy reading time where I made myself some tea and read tucked away in my bedroom. Thank you for coming along with me on this 24-hour journey. I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm really honestly looking forward to doing it again at some point. I ended up starting/reading 2 books that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten to for months, if not years. Just a reminder that sometimes it's good to push myself out of my literary comfort zone. And that's pretty much all I have for you now. Thanks for sticking around. I will see you in the next one. Bye.